culture and losing weight. What's up? Welcome to another vlog. If you're new here, my name is Selena. I'm so happy you're here. I hope that you enjoy today's vlog. I thought it would be a good time to catch up with you all in terms of my health journey thus far, my food freedom journey, my journey with my body, what I think about body positivity now. Like, there's so many different topics that I want to talk to you all in the next upcoming weeks and months to really just like update you all on how everything has been, how everything has evolved and changed for me, how I personally have evolved and changed, all of that. There's no perfect time to start. I mentioned in my past video that I've been like in a rut, and I just had this like random urge to just go for a walk / run, and I haven't done that in the longest time. And I'm like, what better time to start than now? And it's also a reminder to me and hopefully to you that you can choose to have a better day, or you can choose to change your life at literally any time of the day, any time at all. It doesn't have to be a Monday, it doesn't have to be the first day of the month, it doesn't have to be like this planned out journey. You can just start. And so that's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna chat a little bit later about some important topics. But I hope that you enjoyed today's vlog. If you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel. I really appreciate it. And with all that said, I'm gonna get ready to go for my walk / run. Let's do this. Real quick before I head out, this is my little running outfit of the day, you could say. I have this really cute cropped tank from Paragon. They sent it over to me and I love it. I honestly want to order more of these because they're so freaking like buttery and comfy. And then I have a sports bra underneath from Girlfriend Collective. Love their stuff. They're super sustainable and ethical too, so absolutely love them. And then I have my biker shorts from Bayleaf. I actually just bought them off Amazon. Like, I get a lot of my things, but I absolutely love them. They also have pockets, which is super nice and convenient. And then I have this new running pack that I got off Amazon. It's really nice because it has like a zipper for my phone, for my keys, and my chapstick or anything like that. Anyway, this is my fit of the day. I'm also listening to my hype music, which is why I was dancing a little bit. My hype music is usually like reggaeton, honestly. So this is the playlist that I will be listening to during my run today. Baila reggaeton. And right now the song that I was listening to that was like really pumping me up is Party by Bad Bunny. Honestly, Bad Bunny fan for life. Got back from my run / jog like half an hour ago. I had to jump on to a meeting as soon as I got back, so I didn't really have time to check in, but I did get some Starbucks. My go-to drink, my guilty pleasure, what can I say, is the venti iced pink drink with no strawberries. I just saw one of my favorite influencers get that drink once and she's like absolutely addicted, so I decided to try it a few months ago, and now it's my go-to drink whenever it's hot or I just need like a little pick-me-up. I definitely want to check in with you all. I think I'm gonna do like my everyday makeup routine with you all while I sit down and chat and get caught up about all the body things, all the food freedom journey things, and all of that good stuff. First, I just need to finish up some notes for work, get all that wrapped up, but I might make a little snack right now, and then I will check in with you all after. Hey friends, so I just signed out of work. I just gotta set the mood Literally, the sun has been coming in and out, so it like gets dark and then bright. So hopefully y'all can see me. Also, I love this electric lighter. It's rechargeable. I feel like this is much better for the environment. Definitely recommend it. I will link it all down below. I'm also going to link below everything that I use, even though honestly my everyday makeup routine that I'm about to do is so minimal. I wanted to talk about some things related to my body image, body positivity, and all of that. Give you all a little bit of an update because it's been kind of a minute. It's been like a long time. So I'm going to try to start from the beginning and try to stay on task. I have a couple of bullet points that I want to remember to touch on. I also asked you all on my Instagram what you would like me to name this series that I want to start regarding my health and wellness and my growth in this and my discoveries and everything related to body positivity, gaining weight, body image, diet culture, all of the above. I really want to have a series that's focused on that. And yeah, you all are kind of voting so far on self-growth series, self-love series, and I love those. So we will see by the end of this. Comment down below if you have any ideas or preferences for a name that you would like to see for that series. So getting into it, let me lay out the things that I'm gonna use first so that I can stay on track. So I started my body positive journey and my self-love food freedom journey. I think it was back around August or September of 2020. So really right in the meat and potatoes of the pandemic. There was a lot of uncertainty at that time with everything going on, but the only thing that I was sure of was that diet culture for me at the time was very much toxic and not bringing me any happiness and not helping with my mental health whatsoever. So I knew that I had to make a change. There was also like this influx of body positivity on social media, like a lot of body positivity creators were coming out, and I think that that was really normalizing the idea of gaining weight. And one of my biggest inspirations that I've talked about before, and I will talk about a little bit, is Stephanie Buttermore. Her all-in journey, how she pretty much went from being at an unhealthy underweight for her body to then pursuing getting to her set point so that she could fix her hunger. She was always really hungry because she was constantly under eating, for lack of better words. And because she's like pretty much a scientist, like she's such a badass woman and such an inspiration to me and to so many others, I watched her journey and I was like, wow, she's literally going through it, like allowing herself to gain the weight that she needs in order to be healthy. And it really reminded me that there is no such thing as a perfect weight that everyone should attain, because every body, every culture, every individual is gonna have a different set point weight that's healthy for you. So watching her videos really brought up that idea to me and inspired me to go on my own journey. That's when I also like had a whole discovery about anti-diet culture. For example, Chrissy Harrison, I believe, she has like the F It diet or the anti-diet book, and I read that and I remember going ham, you know, starting to just go the complete opposite direction from what I was before, which was obsessively worrying about my calories and dieting and looking a certain way. And I would always struggle with binge eating because I was always focusing on restricting, and then I would restrict and then I would binge, and it was like this terrible cycle that I was going through for years. So then at this point I felt like it was time to make a change, and I was seeing it being kind of normalized online as well. So that's when I started my food freedom journey. The problem with the change that I made is that I went from being like obsessive about diet culture and losing weight and being a certain weight in terms of how I look. I went from that extreme to not caring at all about how I look or what I'm eating necessarily, or just trying to get away from restriction, which looking back, I think that that's what I needed to do. I think that I really needed to get to a point in my journey where I could eat bad foods, which again, that's one thing that I've learned in my journeys. There's no such thing as good or bad foods. There's just foods. There's a good time for you to eat them, and there's probably a time that's not the best. Like you wouldn't want to eat like a dozen donuts right before a workout because you'll probably feel sick, you know? So learning about intuitive eating was a huge thing for me. The problem that I've come to realize on my journey so far with body positivity is that a lot of the body positive creators that I've seen and that I've encountered happen to be white cis women for the most part. A lot of them don't tend to struggle with being in like a large body that would face a lot of fat discrimination. And so that is a body that I identified with, because even when I gained weight in the beginning, I was like moderate moderately overweight. I was larger than what was ideal, but I wasn't like super fat. Apparently there's like levels of fatness. I've learned that as well. So seeing that body positivity is mainly being run by, at least what you see on social media, was basically always these medium-sized women that were talking about loving your bodies. It kind of started to feel a little bit gimmicky and like problematic, for lack of better words, and I was contributing to that, and I was posting like self-love posts and all that, and I'm still all for that. I'm all for self-love, but do I still agree with like body positivity itself? I feel like at this point in my journey, I'm kind of straying away from body positivity and more towards body neutrality, which is actually something that Stephanie Buttermore talked about in one of her recent videos, so I will link that down below. But I had to come to this place on my own, because even when I watched her video, I disagreed. I was like, you know, self-love doesn't necessarily look positive all the time, and that's not what body positivity is about. But now I've come to the realization that literally that is also what Stephanie was saying, and that I've also come to terms with now, is that the term positive in and of itself gives this like expectation that you're always feeling positive and good about your body. And I truly just don't think that that is very realistic or sustainable. I don't disagree with body positivity, but I'm just saying that I don't feel like that is for me anymore. I think that I've outgrown or like moved past that. And I think that being in that phase is a good, and it can be like a necessary part of your journey, right? We're all in different phases of our journeys. Maybe for you, body positivity will be your outcome. For me, it's not. It's just a season of my life that I went through. So I'm at a place now where I want to be body neutral. I want to, yes, be positive and love my body. If you think about it, I feel like we've romanticized the idea of body positivity the same way that we've romanticized romantic relationships and having the perfect ideal partner and having the perfect ideal career and living out your dream. Like the same way that we have romanticized, overly romanticized those things and made them almost inaccessible and unattainable. I think that that's the same exact thing that we've done with body positivity and just like anti-diet culture and all of those things. It's like we want this perfect ideal response to what has been going on in the world that's wrong, which is diet culture telling you that you need to be super skinny or lose a ton of weight to be healthy, and all of that I know now to be untrue. I agree with like the core values of body positivity. I agree that your size is not your value. Your size does not necessarily determine your health. I believe in all of those things, right? So I'm still in it, but I'm not fully in agreement with it, which I think is totally fine. And I think that that's honestly really normal. Oh, there it is. So the way that we've like overly romanticized body positivity, I feel like what I see portrayed on social media is that you need to be happy all the time, that you need to always, you know, love your body no matter what it looks like. And I am still in agreement with that. If you were looking at any other type of love in your life, right? Because body positivity is about self-love. If you were looking at your romantic relationships, again, this isn't my opinion. In romantic relationships, it has not been my experience that it's always gonna be butterflies and rainbows, and that I'm always gonna feel 100% in love with this person, and I'm always just gonna be head over heels. Like, that is not realistic. That's what is romanticized and portrayed on social media that we should be shooting for, but I don't think that that is gonna be the reality for most of us. I think for the most part, especially in long-term relationships. I've been in several long-term relationships, so I feel like I can speak to that. But the longer that you date someone, you have to like choose to love them, right? And that looks different in different relationships. And there's gonna be days where it's gonna be hard for you to show love to that person, or it's gonna be hard to love that person. Like maybe they lied to you, maybe they let you down in some way, which is gonna happen because we're human. The same way we're gonna do that to ourselves. We're not gonna be perfect or ideal every single day. We're not always gonna be 100% in love with how we look or with our bodies. Like, that's just so unrealistic and it's not sustainable, and I'm just not here for it anymore. So that is my perspective on body positivity. I think there needs to be a balance between body positivity and body neutrality, and I don't think that you have to be at one extreme or the other. I don't think you have to be anti-body positivity. I don't think I am. I'm not anti-body positive. I'm not anti-body neutrality. I am anti-fad diets, which that's a whole other conversation that I want to have, and I'll probably lean into a little bit more in a future conversation, but I don't want to stray off of this topic too much. So another thing that I wanted to touch on today about diet culture and all of that is the fact that there is no end point to this journey, right? That's why I'm also making this series, because there's not going to be a day where I'm just like, perfect. I love and accept my body. This is the end goal. Like, that is it. We are perfect. No more work needs to be done. Like, that's not realistic. There's no before and after here. That's like what diet culture tries to teach us. Diet culture tells us, before I looked this way, I felt this way, but after, now that I lost the weight, I'll be super happy and all my problems will be solved. And that is not realistic. And that's what I mean when I say toxic diet culture. It's that the before and afters, the relation or correlation that they state supposedly relates weight loss to health. I don't think that that's accurate. I don't think that that's healthy. You continuously have to learn and unlearn things. You have to work to unlearn fat phobia and internalize fat phobia and be able to recognize fat phobia and discrimination against fat people in your daily life in order to truly make a difference. Because everyone talks about self-love, 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 and no one talks about community love. Nobody talks about the change that needs to take place in our community and the responsibility that we have to contribute to that in our day-to-day lives. And we do have a responsibility. And some ways that we can take action are by, not purchasing so much from establishments that are fat phobic, by emailing and tag these huge corporations, demanding from them that they extend their sizing and that they become more inclusive, because it's 2022. Like, how are stores still ending at size 12? Like, how is there only straight sizing? Of course, people who are in larger bodies are gonna feel terrible. Of course, this is gonna contribute to people having terrible body image. If you can't go to the mall with your straight sized friends, which is a lot of people who might be smaller than you, this has been my experience, and you can't choose an outfit that makes you feel sexy or that makes you feel beautiful because it doesn't fit your body. Like, all of these stores are essentially telling us that we're not worthy, that they don't want us to wear their clothes, that they don't need our money, which is also kind of crazy. Like, from a business perspective, there's a whole target audience that they're missing, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Wow, I just went on a total tangent. This was all to say that I got to a point in my journey where I was really accepting my body and starting to feel comfortable in my larger body. Like, I have gained so much weight, and it's been hard, but not because it's hard to accept myself, but because it's hard to exist in a world that truly does not want larger people. It doesn't want people who aren't the ideal body size. Even people like me, and I'm not even in like a larger body. Like, imagine people who are, really dealing with being in larger bodies where they can't go to any mainstream stores because they're a size 4X or 5X. And even plus size stores might not fully have sizing extended for those people. The thing that gets lost with body positivity is that it started as fat liberation for fat people. I don't think that it's fair or just to be a part of the body positive culture if you're not willing to put in the work to end fat discrimination. That's a lot of work, and that's a lot of responsibility. So I just felt like there's so many facets to this, honestly, and I could go on and on, but it's all to say that daily you have to choose to love yourself or accept yourself and remind yourself that your body size, your body weight does not have any direct correlation to your value. Skinny doesn't equal good and fat doesn't equal bad, regardless of people's actual health, right? Because there might be a person who is at a certain weight and, maybe they do need to lose a few pounds for whatever reason because their doctor, whatever. I don't know their situation. Or if you're not that person's doctor, like, you're the one examining them, you're the one putting them through these tests, you're the one who knows their medical history. I just don't think that you should comment on anyone's body. And so that's the whole point that a lot of these fitness gurus and people keep missing. Not everyone needs to lose weight. Not everyone maybe wants to lose weight. Whether or not they need to for their health should not be even discussed by other people. And I've seen that happen a lot in the fitness environment online. And it's really frustrating. So you'll see that a lot of my videos have transitioned from doing fitness challenges in the past to not really contributing to that whatsoever anymore. But because we're surrounded by a ton of these diets, advertisements, and all of these before and afters on social media, all of these constant messages telling us to lose weight in order to have a better life, in order to be happy, in order to pretty much fit the ideal and be more attractive. These messages are gonna constantly be there. And I know some people think, well, don't consume that. media, don't follow those accounts. And I agree, of course, 100%. But explore pages, if you're ever just like scrolling on TikTok, like I know everyone does, or a lot of people do, or scrolling on reels, or maybe you're just going for a walk and you see like a billboard, or you're watching TV and a commercial comes on for Jenny Craig or for Atkins bars or Slim Fast. Are those things even a thing? I don't even watch TV anymore, but my point being that you only have so much control over your environment, right? And we shouldn't have to live like hermits in order to not see these ads that are telling us that our worth and our value is tied to our weight and to our body size. So that's what I mean, that we have to do this like work every day to choose to accept our bodies and love our bodies, despite all of these messages telling us not to, despite all of these messages telling us that you need to change, that you're not good enough, that you're too large, or you're too this, or you're too that, or you're too skinny. There's even like now discussions about that, because truthfully, I'll tell you, as someone who's lost weight twice, 40 pounds, and I got in a smaller body and I was really quote unquote fit, because I didn't get to those places with a healthy mindset, like I was pretty much hating myself into weight loss. It was not attainable. Just because you get into a smaller body does not mean you're going to be any happier than you were in the beginning. It does not mean you're going to be any healthier. You might even be more unhealthy because you start to gravitate towards these types of disordered eating patterns, and you start to gravitate towards being so desperate to lose or maintain your weight that you will try anything, like fad diets. I remember drinking apple cider vinegar every day just because it supposedly reduced belly fat. I'm gonna be real with y'all, like that is the kind of person I was before, and I know now especially, like that would hurt me so much. I would have acid reflux, like, and I would still do it because I wanted to be in a smaller body. Like that is not healthy. As a bigger person living in a bigger body, you have to work really hard to not only accept and love yourself, but remind yourself that even though the world tells you you need to change and that you're not good enough, like you do deserve love and respect at any size, like whether you're really large or whether you're just genetically really small. Those are some of my thoughts on some more of those heavier topics. I have gained a lot of weight since this whole situation started. In the beginning, it was really hard, and then I feel like for the majority of my journey, I've been pretty accepting and honestly pretty happy with my body. But recently it started to be hard again, because I started to go to stores and I've gotten to the size where a lot of these stores don't even offer my size. I wear like a size 1X, 2X at most stores. And that has just also contributed to me having bad body image days. And it's hard, even in my body, which again, I'm not in like a large body that faces a ton of fat discrimination. And that's another topic for another day that I'll dive into more if you guys are interested. Fat discrimination, my thoughts on that. And I've only talked about this one topic and it's already been so long. So thank you so much for listening. If you're still here, you're a real one. There's also like the whole intersectional aspect of it that we haven't even discussed. And this will be a whole other topic for another day, because so far I've only talked about like body size and outer appearance, but then you start putting into that like pretty privilege or white privilege or class privilege, and all of these things also affect the way that you're perceived in society and the way that your fatness is either accepted or not accepted. Again, a whole topic for another day. Learning all of these things throughout my journey have just been so eye-opening, and so I will say that I'm just here to like share my very honest journey as someone who has always been in a larger body compared to my peers, and I'm still learning. So I'm going to continue sharing these things with you as I continue learning and growing. And I would love to hear your thoughts down below about all of these things or any of these things, or what have been your experiences with, you know, body positivity. Are you pro body positivity, anti body neutrality? Like, what are your thoughts on that? What have been your experiences with diet culture? I would love to hear from you. If you guys aren't new here, you know I love to have discussions with you all down below, and I love when you have discussions with each other as well, so we can kind of learn from each other. That's gonna be it for this discussion. I actually need to head over to a coffee shop and meet my friend real quick. I'm running a little bit late. I need to text her, but this is like my everyday makeup look. Super easy, super simple. That's it. So I hope that you enjoyed this little like get ready with me chat discussion. This is gonna be a whole series that I'm gonna plan to share more with you all throughout my journey. So let me know down below if you like it. If you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. With that said, I will see you all in a bit. I'm gonna go get some coffee. friends. I just got back from my hot girl walk. It was like a 40-minute walk, and I actually ran into one of you, so if you're watching this, hello. Thank you so much for coming up to me and actually just like saying hi and telling me you love my videos. That was honestly so awesome. If you ever see me in public, don't be afraid to just come up, say hello. I don't know, I just love meeting you all in person. It's so cool because it's like, wow, our community is like real people, you know? I don't know. Anyway, thank you. I had a great time with my friend, catching up, and it was much needed. But now it's 7:30. It's Thursday, so I need to make sure I edit my video for tomorrow. So I have a busy night ahead. I just wanted to let you all know that I'm so grateful for all of you. Just thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know down below your thoughts on the body positivity and everything that I discussed today. I know I was kind of all over the place, but that's kind of like what I want my diaries to be like. Just a place for me to freely, openly share my genuine and vulnerable experiences. I will also try to make videos in the future that have like tips that are a bit more succinct and to the point, but this was just open and raw vlog. So please let me know down below if you enjoy these kinds of vlogs, if you are excited to see a series about topics related to self-growth and everything, and if you have another like name idea for the series, definitely let me know down below. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps support my channel, and I really appreciate it. And with that said, thank you all so much, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.